Hey guys, sorry it's been a minute since I made a video. Holidays and work and all that good stuff. So I had a 25% coupon from the Harbor Freight burning a hole in my pocket. And it also came with one of those buy something get a free pack of batteries coupons. And I needed some AA batteries for my mouse. So anyhow, I go to Harbor Freight, this coupon burning a hole in my pocket. And I come across these. These are the Bremen clamps from Harbor Freight. Now, I've got other clamps. Didn't absolutely need that clamp, but got them, played with them, and decided they were review worthy. So here's what I got for you. So these are the old American-made Vise Grip clamps. These are over 20 years old. They still work. I still use them to weld. They still clamp well. Nothing's broken at all. They've got some wear. The spring's a little weak. There's a little rust on the inside, but they're good stuff. Bolt in the back works quite well, just a thumb screw. Then you fast forward to Vise Grip China. This is the Chinese clamp. They're a little shinier on the outside. I don't think that coating's very good though, and I'll show you that in a minute. The screw in the back on these is smaller than the previous American offering. See that there? A little bit smaller diameter. You can really tell in the threaded neck on the handle there. And that said, they work. They do the same job just as, honestly for me, just as good. I've not had any problem. They are a little looser in the head. Not anywhere near as loose. Then you get to the bigger clamps, and they seem a little better. They've got an Allen head in the back, so you can either clamp or unclamp with the plier closed. But that's about it as far as differences. And again, they work just fine. Well, these clamps are made in China. These Irwin clamps are made in China. So I go into Harbor Freight. This coupon's burning a hole in my pocket. I don't have anything I absolutely need or really want other than the batteries, but I decide, what the hell, I'll get something. So I find these Bremen clamps. Now, in short, if you want something else to do right now, go buy the Bremen clamps. They're better, period. If you want to watch the review, keep on trucking, brother. So this is the box those big Bremen clamps come in. The Irwin offering in a clamp this size is 40 bucks. This Bremen clamp was 20 bucks. And then you get the 25% coupon, so this was a $15 clamp. Now, let's get into some of the details. These, Chinese made. These are made in Taiwan. Now, as far as tool building goes, it's American and European, and then pretty much always Taiwan, and then way down there is China as far as quality. And of course Japan's right in there with US quality tools. There are some exceptions to that, but generally speaking, if it's American made, Japanese made tools, good stuff. Chinese made, you're going to be replacing it here in a little while, and Taiwan's going to hold up just under, or maybe even just as good as American made. Anyhow, y'all can comment and debate that all you want to. So I brought these clamps home and I took them out of the box, and this is what I found. First off, I found that it does not have an Allen head in the end, but rather a 1/4 inch socket drive head. Now to me, the socket drive is more convenient than the Allen head because of what I'm doing right here. You can tighten it in a very small area. You know, if you're clamped in a tight space where you're fabricating stuff, you don't have time to turn an Allen head. You know, you don't have room to do it where you can use your socket. Very convenient. And then also, another thing I like about it is same scenario, you're in a tight spot, you're fabricating something, you need to clamp out the way to weld the next weld. Well, if you bust open the vice grips, they're going to pop something out of whack. So instead of doing that, you can very gently loosen your clamp much as you want, even to the point where they just gently open, and that's just real nice. So I really like that it's a square head instead of the Allen head. The way I use these clamps is to weld. That's what everybody uses these for, is to weld. So I laid them next to a piece of steel, and I struck and broke arc several times to create as much slag as possible. On the Irwin offering, just to see how the coating held up, of course most of the slag and most of the BBs popped off, but there's always those few you end up having to hit with the grinder or the sander to get rid of at a certain point. The Bremen clamp, however, it wiped clean with my hand. So clean, in fact, this is the clamp. This is the clamp that I used, welded right next to it. Would you look at that? So, now I'm sure the Irwin clamp has a warranty, but I'm sure that involves some sort of mailing it in and getting, you know, you mail it to them and they mail you something back or mail you an excuse back in your original clamp. To honor this lifetime guarantee on this Bremen, all I've got to do is bring this thing to Harbor Freight and get another one. To me, there's just no comparison. There's just absolutely zero comparison. The coating is better on the Bremen. The clamping is the same, honestly. I figure it'll probably hold up the same or better. And the screw head is a cooler design. The play is minimal. And in fact, there's less play than the Irwin. So this is the Irwin Chinese. In fact, let's see how far over I can drift those teeth. Now, this is a much larger clamp, so I should be able to drift those teeth further than that. I'm meeting resistance in both directions, like immediately. So, the Bremen's a better clamp, better coating, better screw, just better. There's nothing else I can say about it. It's better. If you're in the market for clamps, Irwin has done everything they can to burn you. Go buy the Harbor Freight stuff. Thanks, guys.
Well, that's all I'm going to show you today. Bye-bye.